Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching, and for you, welcome. If you've been around, thank you and welcome. So the 2-liter turbo Jetta, the 8 valve, has a resonator, 12-inch resonator body and an 18-inch MagnaFlow muffler, 3-inch straight through. It's not really too loud driving around. It's like a car with an exhaust, you know. It's not really an issue on the highway, especially with the way how this thing is geared, because the 2-liter 8 valve has a 4:2:5 final drive ratio and an 8.3 or 8.58 or something like that fifth gear, so super revvy. I am going to be putting in a TDI fifth gear, which will help with cruising because it is going to be a daily. What is nice about the high ratio transmission is with this turbo, it lights fairly quickly. If you're buzzing around like 120, 130 and you floor it, you will just, you know, hit 10, 11, 12 pounds. I think I have it set to 12 pounds right now. It'll just hit it and accelerate nicely, like great, but at the same time, not really relaxed for cruising. And I wouldn't mind if I could get a little more economy doing highway runs for work and stuff. So that's down the road. But for now, I went to the store and got myself a 16-inch bodied resonator, or no, pretty decent size. So we're gonna chop down we're gonna cut the length of the downpipe that's coming after it passes the steering rack and gets into the exhaust tunnel. I'm gonna cut it there, and then I'll cut the exhaust to the hanger or supporter on these, and then we'll put in the flex pipe again and this, and then put the front half of that exhaust back together. So then it'll have 2 resonators and a muffler. Hopefully that'll help with the highway noise, and eventually with a TDI fifth gear, that should do pretty well with the it'll make it more relaxed, like, because right now I think it turns like 3,400 RPM or whatever, and at that RPM there's something that happens with the exhaust and it resonates, and it's just like it's not good. That's today's project, so I'm just gonna get to it. I chopped off the exhaust off of the Jetta. It looks like I need to do some work on my welding, but that's neither here nor there. That tool is great for cutting exhaust off Sawzall with metal blade. I got a short blade for room in the tunnel. What I will say is my fingertip is bruised. So one thing when using a Sawzall is if you're, you know, with the car on jack stands, room to the floor is a little bit tight. You're up there with 2 hands, and the bottom hand is the bottom of the Sawzall. Well, the way how I had it, I had my thumb on the trigger, and the bottom of the rest of my hand was at the bottom of the Sawzall. Well, the teeth grabbed, and it bashed my fingertip. I had this like down here, and it just absolutely smashed that Sawzall right into the floor, and my fingertip was the cushion. The tool is okay, which is good. I'm glad about that. Fingertip is a bit sore. I was quite annoyed for about 20 minutes. So yeah, that's just, you know, for guys that are less experienced with certain tools. You know, I've used the Sawzall before, but I mean, it is what it is. So just a word of advice: tight areas, maybe don't put your hands behind the Sawzall there. If you're close to a floor or close to something where the teeth can potentially catch something, because you will bash the hell out of your hand. So yeah, it's dumb. All right, so we're gonna hack up the existing exhaust. I made a scribe line of where I'm going to cut, because this area right here is where the cross member for the Mark IV holds up the exhaust. It's got like this little cradle. So then we'll put this here like that, and I'm gonna make the rest flex to the front. I'm just gonna have like a band clamp. One day I'd like to put a V-band. I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but it is what it is now. So I'm just gonna put a band clamp to make the two. So that way I have a little bit more flex than that in the exhaust, which would be good. The exhaust is fully supported by multiple hangers anyway. You know, now that we're making more power, it's good to have a little bit of flex in the exhaust for, because front wheel drive cars like to tilt the engines, right? So if you have a little bit of flex, that's enough, but it's also old, and so I don't know, maybe I'll use that, we'll see. But we're gonna start measuring and cutting and getting that done, and shoring up some existing welds on that that guy. I don't know, must have been in a hurry. That's my excuse. Well, I already welded up something. I thought I had pressed record. So I just have the resonator with the flex relatively loose, but it's the resonator is 3-inch inner and the exhaust pipe is 3-inch outer. So the resonator just slips right over. So it's just kind of there, and I can kind of move it around, which is nice because it gives us some flexibility. So from the front of then I welded the flex pipe to that. So the flex pipe and the resonator are one piece, but able to move on the existing exhaust going to the back. So I measured anywhere from 4.5 to 5 inches play there. So I need about that from here, which I can get right there, actually. Which ain't bad. Oops. Set this down. So when you grind for a weld, it's good to grind at a 45, so that way when you're doing a butt joint like this, you know, it's good to grind both sides on a 45, so that way you get good penetration when you weld. And I am a fan of excellent penetration. Know what I'm saying? Okay, so I have got everything fitted. Obviously, it's you know, it's super ugly as per usual, but you know, all the excuses, it's a beater, blah blah blah, I don't know what I'm doing, crappy welder, you know, cheap, blah blah blah. So put all those things aside, using what I have, making it happen. That's the key. All right, that's a big ass weld. Okay, moment of truth. Well, It's a little quieter. Seems like a lot of work for not much quieter. I think it's just the tip pointing down. I think it's just bouncing off the concrete, off the pavement, whatever. I think if it's unbearable now, I already got 2 resonators and a muffler. If it's still annoying on the highway, we'll do the TDI 5th gear, and I think still annoying on the highway, I'll have to cut out the bumper, cut a hole for like a recess hole for the tip, and then change the tip to something that gets past the bumper and pointing relatively, out instead of down. Anyway, I brought the wifey's car in because I need to do the sunroof drainage warranty recall thing, and we noticed some staining in the back of the headliner. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and all those things. It really does help me out. Other than that, hope you enjoyed me, hack up an exhaust and do crappy welds and those things. Okay.
Peace.